Hey guys, Tyler2K here. It is officially patch day, and this is video number 2 of my Season 2 changes kind of video breakdown sort of stuff. We made one for Dragunov, so top right corner for that if you want to see the Dragunov one. But now we're going to go ahead and cover a character who has gotten significant buffs, probably maybe to the point of absurdity, and that is Clive. So obviously, Clive is... Well, as of today, the latest DLC. Tomorrow it will be Anna, technically. Obviously from Final Fantasy. When he came out, he was extremely strong, and they made some key nerfs to moves like Prominence, as Fortals 2, to kind of bring him down to earth. With that being said, I think even like post-nerf, Clive was in like a top 10 position, and I think this kind of buffs really will settle that for him being top 10. So we're not going to do the full read of the balance direction, but we'll go ahead and give the general idea. So the idea is they want to improve the neutral game, mid-range neutral game specifically, by buffing moves like 442 and Dynamic 1. We will cover those as to what they exactly did, but they are huge ones. Also, we have a move, basically QCF1, get over here, which pulls the opponent to us. To be honest, I don't know why he has that, but it's kind of cool that he has it. Also, what's interesting with an option like the QCF1, get over here, he can cancel it using Phoenix stance for additional pressure. What's important to note about an option like QCF1 is that it's a high. So they technically can duck it. Keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll cover it later. But they can duck it. Also, it does not hit full screen. It hits at roughly range 3.54-ish. So we'll grab him. We'll cover that more definitely. We'll talk about all the mechanics about it regarding that. But that's the idea. So by adding long-range tools, you kind of pull them in or keep them out at bay. Also, a brand new move like 4 for 1+2 is an insanely strong kind of pressure option. Not nearly as strong as like an option like Noctis 4 for 1+2, his Final Fantasy brethren from Tekken 7, but very, very strong counter hit attack throw option. So basically, they're buffing everything at mid-range while giving them a tool to get in. And then finally, for people who love the Setsukin, I can't really pronounce it, stance, that's that little meter up here, they're also improving it. So things like 422, 1+2 would now get better meter, 4 for 2 gives better meter. Nice, really good quality of life buffs. Options like 4 for 2 initially would only give you like roughly half of a bar, so a sixth of a bar, but now they're giving you clean third a bar or half bar sometimes fully, which is great. Because now you can actually perform that Sensuken attack out of stance, out of Phoenix, meaning the damage potential for a character like Clive is going to be absurd. We'll cover a combo later, just one that works in Tekken, Tekken 8 Season 1 right now, and just to kind of show you how insane damage it is. Okay, so as talked about, new move, we have Deadly Embrace, QCF1. What's interesting about it is that when they're close range to you, you don't pull them into you, you actually knock them away. So it's like, oh hey, pull you close. Okay, now get the fuck away from me. As talked about, you can hold it. The same thing happens. What's really interesting about Deadly Embrace though, is this actually does chip damage effectively. So we can pull the opponent into us, they take in full damage, but of course that's non-lethal chip, right? We'll pull them into us. And same thing, close range, it isn't safe on block, but if you're outside of close range, you still get the get over here animation for +3. So let's, for instance, you want to kill your opponent, pull him into you, and then go for like a down 4 mix-up, I-12, launch punishable of course, but hey, you can basically chip out your opponent by dealing 22 damage. That's effectively unmitigatable too. They just have to duck it. As talked about, you can cancel it, you can charge it, but you can also cancel the charge by tapping forward or holding forward. Please note that you can't hold it full distance and then cancel it. You still have to cancel it with a good amount of time before it has a chance to come out. So for instance, here I'm doing max. And now we'll go ahead and do a more aggressive timing and cancel option into Phoenix stance. As talked about, it works on block for the get over here animation, so that's a big deal. Nice little change. One thing of note, is this doesn't actually work against airborne, which would be maybe a little too crazy to have like a get over here. But yeah, it always causes like this knockdown animation every single time. Even if they're far away against an airborne opponent, you don't get like an Ivy style animation like a 6B4 for people who know what I'm talking about. You don't get things like that. Actually, I guess 6B9 is probably more accurate. So I haven't played Soul Calibur in like 5 years. Oh, whoops. But yeah, that's a nice, weird move to add to him. like as talked about, the +3 is not the best, but at +3, okay, maybe you want to go for an option like Power Crush. Maybe you want to grab them if you anticipate their own Power Crush. So +3 would be like, you know, as talked about like video number 3, one of those like not great break points, but I guess that would set up your throw on 12, the challenge, or like I said, chip damage down 4 if you want to go all in. Okay, 4 for 1+2. This is a brand new move. Basically, it's a big overhead dunk. And then on block, it's also plus frames. Looking very similar to an option like 4-4-2, but the difference with 4-4-2 is 4-4-2 is the meter generation. 4 for 1+2 does not give you meter because it's more like a whip style attack. As the patch notes talked about though, 4-4-2 or 4 for 1+2 on counter hit is a special attack throw animation that evidently does 60 damage. I thought it only did 50. And keep in mind, this is good range, right? This is not like like that's crazy. This isn't like small potatoes. That's pretty good range for a plus frame counter launcher or counter attack throw. And then evidently you can also perform it as instant running 1+2. So yeah, that means you can buffer the 4 for 1+2. Now, what's important to note, because they made this buffered 4 for 1+2, that means you can no longer forward buffer prominence. Keep that in mind. That's a big deal. So instead, what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to use like a brew style animation cancel, where you buffer forward, hold back, and then do forward 1+2. So basically running, and then we tap back to cancel our running animation, and then do prominence. So if you ever need that really long wall carry with prominence on the end of a combo, forward, and then tap back and then hit forward 1+2. Keep that in mind. Some of you are gonna have to learn that the hard way. Okay, Arm of Darkness, I guess is the technical term. I think everyone calls it just Setsuken. Can now be performed out of Phoenix Stance. As talked about, let's go ahead and do like a really easy combo. And let me make my Setsuken level 5. So this is like the max carry combo, like easy peasy, right? Ooh, 108. That feels good, man. Also, what should be noted, you can perform this post back 2 as well. The nice thing with an option like down forward 1-2 is that even though that's your third hit of strong aerial tailspin, they're still left really close for you to get your full combo afterwards. So yeah, back 2 also works into the option. So that's a really, really nice quality of life buff. For people who didn't know with Clive, basically you could never land an option. How should I do this? You couldn't land this. This doesn't work. They're simply too low to the ground. It's too slow. Back 2 is great. Not that great. But now, hey, back to Phoenix Stance into Arm of Darkness. Nice. Like, a lot of damage. Okay, what do we got here? 1+ during sidestep. Oh, yeah, this is a weird one I haven't really looked too much into, but basically, sidestep 1+2 is a +2 on block natural hit launcher. You can now transition into FC, so if, like, for instance, you want to leave like full crouch down for 2 pressure afterwards at -12, which is really good. There all probably also is some other combo structures. Maybe, let's see, wall stand 4 work? 4-4, and then maybe Phoenix 2-1. Okay, that's not horrible. But yeah, okay, sure. It's a nice change for follow pressure. I would say more often than not, people are expecting like sidestep 1+2 to be blocked, in my experience. But yeah, okay, nice little quality of life buff there. Wouldn't call it a real buff, but a buff nonetheless. Okay, forward 2-2, 1+2 now gives us level 15. Keep in mind, look at this. On hit, it used to give you 15. On block, it now gives you 15. One thing of note, 4-2-2-2, 1+2 is not NC. -13, well, not that move. Oh, okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different move. I'm thinking of 2-2-2, 1+2, which is -13. Sorry, my bad. Oh, so fuck it, yeah. That's nice. Oh, shit. And then, like the other kind of 4-2-2 variations, I guess you can counter confirm forward too. So, wow, that's a huge, huge buff. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see. How bad is 4222 1+2 on block? Probably still like -13. Yeah, still -13, but leaves him in full standing rather than FC like this leaves him. So a little bit different punish properties depending on what character you're going against. Okay, yeah, this is the huge one. Down back 1 is getting a significant buff. So first of all, we deal chip damage. Let me go ahead and turn off Rage. So as usual, counter hit launcher option, down back 1. You can hit the just frame on it to deal more damage. But on block, that's the big change here. Chip damage and +0 rather than being, what, -7 I think it was? -8. Yeah, this is huge. For people who don't know, Clive has major problems with tracking, right? So let's say, for instance, here, we'll have Jin walk to our weak side, which is our left, his right. So down forward 1 is your go-to option. The issue with down forward 1, not only is down forward 1/4 only +1, but an option like down forward 1, this full route is launch punishable and doesn't track to our weak side. So the circumvent that, you have options like, for instance, back 1. Keep in mind, back 1 is punishable on block, but we have like back 2, the track down, hit confirm, stuff like that. So if you want to play a little bit safer, rather than use an option like back 2, you can always represent down back 1. The only issue is down back 1 completely gave your churn up. Not only did you not get the benefit of back 2 into Phoenix stance, you would also then give your churn up afterwards, which is really, really, really rough. Now down back 1 causing like a little bit of stun animation +0 is a huge deal, because now, okay, you can kind of like churn steal option afterwards, have them kind of disrespect, continue pressure. Maybe you want to let the option keep going through, like, you know, power crush through, or some sort of Phoenix kind of mix up. You want to like manual Phoenix 4 for the counter at +13, so on and so forth. Yeah, big buff. And that's good because, yeah, back 1 and back 2 are fairly inherently risky for what they do. But yeah, down back 1 kind of gives you that nice little option select. It's still risky, but now, hey, chip damage, we're 0, and then best of all, on counter hit, we still get a full launcher automatically, right? There's no hit confirm necessary. It's tight. Okay, I'm not going to be able to show this, but during 3+4, you're basically naturally low crushing. It sounds like now the opponent is left closer afterwards, and I'll just do that. And then we can just turn this on. Okay. Oh, I mean, it kind of looks like the same amount of pushback, though. But yeah, for what people don't know, during the fly animation, he'll automatically perform a Phoenix 3 or Fly 3 to continue the combo afterwards. But now, okay, sure. They're left closer. But to be honest, it kind of looks about the same. But there must have been like a bug. Maybe at tip range, you would transition, but they'd be so far away you couldn't do any continued pressure. That's probably my guess. Okay, speaking of which, yeah, Wings of Light, that's 3 option, lays them closer on hit. So, nice buff. Technically, it's launch punishable, it's like -17, but there is significant pushback on Light, Wings of Light 3, so it's not a big deal. Okay, 442, this is a nice one. 442 was kind of always a move that's had some problems. Usually 442 is best used for its counter hit launching property, but the issue on it was kind of its tracking and the fact that it didn't give you much meter in general. Now the hitbox on it's improved, so it should be a little bit more consistent in option. Granted, your churn's over at -7, but now the buff to it is significant, with both the speed is quicker and the hitbox is also improved, giving it better range. Because, yeah, that's something I also had noticed. Oftentimes, I would think I would space out 442 correctly, and it would just whiff, and then I would just die. So even though he's doing like this really long range advancing attack, it wouldn't hit. And it's like, man, that feels bad. Also, considering the fact like an option like 442 doesn't actually hit grounded, kind of is a double trouble sort of issue with it, so that makes sense. Okay, updraft 1 is going from -12 to -5. That's good. So updraft is basically just this fly stance. You just tap up, back, up, or up, forward. What's interesting about fly stance originally, updraft 1, this move here, yeah, was -12, and then updraft 2 is launch punishable. And now if you commit to updraft 2, it's still equally launch punishable. Now at least he has an option, a safe mid option, because updraft 3 and updraft 4 are both highs. So there was no mix-up here, really, without taking huge inherent risk with an option like Updraft 1 or 2, respectively. The nice thing with Updraft 2, it's at least NCC, or NC, so this is fully guaranteed, but you're minus 17, so it's usually not worth doing. But now, Updraft 1 giving us the knockdown option. Also, it causes wall splats up by the wall. Same thing, we get a full combo afterwards. But nice, very nice quality of life change. He's really needed it. Okay, adjusted the hitbox on down mech 2, 1+1 aerial hit, reducing instances where they would attack. Okay, the only kind of thing I can think of is like in certain axes, the Updraft 2, like during this string, would basically not hit or inconsistently hit, and in your left launch punishable. I have to imagine by the wall though, this isn't a thing, right? Let's do back 4. Oh yeah, that's not a good example. Yeah, that's not a good example. Okay, so probably a bug fix more than anything. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot about this. Wall stand 1-2 is now safer on block, which is really funny because like wall stand 1-2 is already really good. Oops. Yeah, double mid option. Evidently, it doesn't jail either, so it allows for the hit to go through. Well, yeah, minus 12, that's nice. I mean, you're by the wall. Not a lot of characters have a really strong knockdown, 12. Like, for instance, here, Jin can, like, 2-4 us, but, like, he doesn't have access to stand forward, down forward, 1-4, so on and so forth. That's a nice buff. That's a major buff. To be honest, I'm not quite sure why. Okay, 1+2 got nerfed. Understandably, it does 21 damage instead of 24. The reason being, as you see there, the fucker's -9 still. I don't know why this is safe on block. Also, if you consider like the damage potential on it, so let's do heat dash cancel 1+2. I mean, 49 damage on a safe I-13 option that can also be performed at a wall stand 1+2. Pretty good. Pretty good. Ah, okay, so this is nice. Yeah, so 2-2-2 by the wall had some issues. So as talked about, similar to 4-2, 2-2-2 fully NC or NCC, I guess. But sometimes you would cross over with the toggle attack sort of thing. So yeah, they're fixing it. So that's good. Sorry, not NCC. It should be important to note that like 2-2-2. Yeah, this fully safe on block -9. No one's punishing that. Except maybe Yoshi and NSS, but he doesn't count. Okay, quality of life buff for back 1+2. This now hits lower. Certain low stances could evade this, which is crazy because it's like active for so many frames. But that no longer is going to occur, which is nice. Okay, now they say this is a nerf to 1-4-2. It's not really a nerf. Basically, I guess under some scenarios, if you tried to crouch the first hit, you would get hit by the second hit. I've never seen that. I've had people duck it. I've ducked people's Clive 1-4-2. I don't know under what condition this would happen. This is not a nerf. This is a fix. I've never seen that, ever. So they fixed it now. I don't know what happened. I guess there must have been some weird bug. Ooh, okay. So someone had asked about, what's it called? Disobey combos. It looks like they nerfed disobey combos. So under certain scenarios by the wall, you can wall splat the opponent. You can wall splat the opponent and then spike them into the floor and then pick them back up. That's not the best example, but the idea is kind of similar. So you'd hit them on, say, that would used to launch. It doesn't launch anymore. So disobey combos, at least for Clive, are gone now. Very difficult to set up. Honestly, but still. Okay, a bug fix to prominence, 4+2. 4+2 now just always consistently can be blocked. I guess maybe under certain scenarios, they would be pushed back, maybe. That'd be my guess. Maybe pushed back really far. So even though you'd still be -12, maybe they were just pushed back so far that you couldn't effectively get punished most of the time. So bug fix, bug change. I'm surprised they didn't call that a nerf. But yeah, overall, like really, really strong looking buff to Clive here. I don't see any significant nerf. Let me just go through it one more time. Yeah, damage change on 1+2. Is that really a nerf? Sure. But is it? Like, not really. I guess in the grand scheme of things, what the 1+2 change will change is once we're by the wall, that means this does less damage. The 4-2-1 1+2 structure. So maybe it's better to go for like a downward 1-4-3 instead. Let's see the damage disparity here, and we'll go for our light too. Okay, 8 more points of damage. That is a big deal. But other than that, it's not that bad. That's not that big a deal. I think the changes to his neutral game, like addition of 4-4 1+2, like look at that, dude. Holy shit! The get over here, which evidently splats too. I think those are like major buffs. Also, as mentioned, better generation for Zetsukin, and also the ability to use that Zetsukin out of stance is a godsend of a change that really is going to also further improve his damage potential. So, as talked about with the Dragunov one, which I kind of forgot my scaling, basically buffed or nerfed, definitely buffed. Was previously top 10. I haven't seen all the changes yet, but maybe contention for higher than top 10 now. Major changes, gonna definitely change how people have to fight against him. With arrows, I would say out of 2 arrows, I would give him 1 arrow up. I would need to see him in practice to give him maybe a little bit higher than 1 arrow up, but for sure, at least 1 arrow up. These are really nice quality of life changes, while still maintaining his identity and doing a lot of damage. So, yeah, I don't see any major downsides apart from the 1+2. That's kind of about it. But his neutral game will be significantly more scary, which is really impressive because he can't be a menace to fight at mid-range, and now that he's going to have like 3 more key options, it's going to be a little bit trickier to fight against him. So we'll see how the meta shakes up. But as of right now, like I said, I'll give him 1 arrow up. Definitely a buffed character. Okay, next character we'll talk about will probably either be Victor or Raven. I'll see you guys in that video. Later on.